It's May 23rd, about 2:15, and Seaquestor just came out of the shed. He's going to turn around, and we're going to head down, step the mast, and put her in the water. And normally it takes about an hour from this point to get the boat in the water. So hopefully be underway between 3:15 and 3:30 today. I'm mostly going to be an observer today while we step the spars. I can't kneel. I can, but it's extremely uncomfortable. I have to be very, very careful about how I do it. So that's an issue for me. And consequently, the crew is going to do the work this year, and I am mostly going to watch. Just be there to point things out if there are any issues. Okay, he's getting ready to come out, and we'll follow him over. Okay, here we go. There is the truck and Seaquestor on her way over to the Manset boat ramp in Southwest Harbor. And I'm just going to follow him over. Depending on traffic, I might get separated, but we'll see. This road's pretty dusty, that's why it's a little hard to see, but other than that, it's not bad. We'll be off this gravel road in just a little bit. Now, because of my knee, as I said, I'm mostly going to watch. I'm not going to be doing a lot of helping this year. Normally, I'm an active participant in stepping the masts, but this year I simply won't be because I am not that agile. Okay. We got a car here. Art Payne heading in. He's the twin brother of the well-known yacht designer, Chuck Payne. Okay, here we are. This is a fairly common sight this time of year here in Southwest Harbor, Maine. We are in the town of Southwest Harbor with boats going over to be launched. Or just being transported from place to place. So we'll be over there and set up by 2:25, and as I've said, it normally takes about an hour to step the spars, so we'll see how long it takes today. As we get ready to turn, as we head down. Okay, like this. And there she blows. Been kind of a crazy mix-up. They were taking spars for a different boat out of the spar shed, and had some sort of issue, and as a consequence of that, by the time they got ready to load my boat, we were more than an hour past my scheduled time. So this usually happens. There's usually something that doesn't go quite the way people were expecting. And then they had the wrong tractor on the trailer. For smaller boats, they can use a much smaller tractor, but for a boat as heavy as mine, they need a fairly heavy-duty tractor. Simply to be able to back the boat into the water and not have the trailer just keep going. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna see if I can find a place to park. Oh, here's another view of the boat. Southwest Harbor in the background as I get ready to climb aboard as soon as I get the ladder set up. Well, masts are stepped. They're not properly lined up, but we'll work on that later. As you can see, we're underway. He's going to go out and back me into the water. And once we're in, I'll start the engine. And we'll get her ready to go. Oh, this is the Manset Town Dock. That's where we're going in, right there. You should go in pretty easy. And this year I am sitting down because I don't trust myself to not fall down. The movement of the boat can be a little jerky on the trailer here. Okay, there we go. And normally they back us in and then they have to run the trailer out on cable a little bit. And once that's done, I start the engine and she'll float off and off we go. So it should be pretty easy today. So I'll be back as soon as we get down here and I get the engine fired up. Getting there. Yeah, I think he's gonna it's gonna be a little hard for me to get up here. My knee. Okay, we're here. See, we're tilted up pretty high, and he will run the trailer out a little after he chocks the truck, and she will float off. And then we can fire up the engine and back off. It's pretty straightforward. So we'll be ready to go for the 2023 season. We should be in the water and underway by about 3:30 because it is currently, see if I can read this, 3:25. So we're about an hour later than I thought we would be, but anyway, that's the way it goes. We'll back her in and be ready to go in just a minute. So this is going to complicate things a little. Hopefully this guy will be out of here before I have to back off. But we're moving. And she's going into the water. And she'll start flattening out once the stern starts. Here we go. Stern is starting to float. Okay. Just about ready. Okay, we're underway, and I just back out here far enough to get around. This is pretty shallow off to port. Boat tends to go where it wants when it's in reverse. Here we go. Alrighty, underway and on our way back to the marina up there, which isn't too far. It's about a half mile from here, and we'll make about 3 knots once we get up to speed, so it doesn't take too long. So I'm going to take a second and call the marina and see if there's somebody there who can give me a hand getting onto the dock. Okay, we're underway. Right now we're making about 4 knots, and the wind is out of the south, so that's perfect. That's going to blow me onto the finger pier when I get there. So this is the first run under power of the 2023 boating season on the 23rd of May. Yeah, just after 3 o'clock. Should be over there pretty soon. I see my next door neighbor on the mooring is in at Pearson 35, sort of in the center of the field of view. There's a little hunter past him, and a schooner up further, but we're headed all the way up to the marina now. So it's a beautiful day out here today, as you can see. As we look around, there goes that barge. And we'll have a look at my mooring as I go past. So it took about an hour and 25 minutes altogether to load the boat, come over here, step the masts. They're stood up, the booms and everything are not on, and then for me to get going. So we're coming along pretty well. Now, and my leg doesn't feel too bad here, underway in the boat. It might be quite different under sail, but standing here right now under power, it doesn't feel bad at all. We'll be up here in another 2-3 minutes. This Pearson 35 here is named Adventure. It's right next to me on the next mooring over. And that's Seaquestor's mooring. Just past it, right there in the center of the field of view. There's a nice schooner up ahead. We'll pass very close to it. And there's the stern of the Adventure. Not too many pleasure boats are in yet. People are putting them in later and later every year, it seems, as the local boating community seems to be aging. I'm kind of one of the older guys at 71, but there are a lot of guys in their 60s, and right now it's probably 55 degrees out here, and with the wind it's a little chilly, and if we headed out of the harbor it would be a lot chillier. Okay, we're just coming up on the breakwater right there, and it looks like they've got one of their finger piers for the marina. Now that isn't one of the marina's piers, but somebody's finger pier is tied up on a mooring. And there's that nice little schooner there. We're going to go past him and head in. And the 4-masted schooner is gone. It's headed over to Bar Harbor, I think, to start taking tourists out for the season. Here we go. Followed in by this barge. I'm not sure where they tie up. I think one of the end ties here. A bit of crowded it is in there at my slip. Yesterday there was a lobster boat on each side, which occupied a lot of space. Lobster boats are very beamy, and they don't leave you a lot of room. I think I had maybe about 2 feet to spare with the lobster boat there, so it's not much room for coming in. That's a nice little schooner. Can't quite see my slip. Oh, it looks like my normal neighbor is there with his Ellis 36. So we're going to be pretty much a typical entry into my slip. Well, he's a pretty beamy boat. I think he's 13 feet, but that lobster boat was like 16. So that made a big difference in how much room there was. And there's a Fleming. Three-masted schooner. Joshua here. And a couple of tourist tour boats. And the marina is starting to get some of the seasonal customers in. Okay, I'm going to have to stop for my final approach, and we'll come back after we're at the dock. Okay, I'm back at the marina just after 3:30, and we're in the water for 2023. My wife is on the way over to pick me up. She'll take me back to my pickup truck, and I'll be done for the day. So, Seaquestor, Allied Princess 36, in the water here in Southwest Harbor, Maine, at the Great Harbor Marina for the 2023 season. Yeah, it went a little more slowly than usual. We were a little slow getting going. The yard wasn't quite ready to load the boat at 1 o'clock when I had an appointment for. So we actually started loading just after 2, and that's a pretty good time. Started loading the boat maybe 2:10, and the boat was in the water at about, oh, let's see, yeah, we were in the water at about 3:15, something like that, and now I'm at the marina, and it's currently 3:49. So still lots of work to do before we can take the boat out. I've got to finish rigging it, put the Dodger on, put the mizzen boom on, put the mizzen sail on, put the Genoa on, etc. And I need to connect the solar panels to the solar charge controller, which is currently disconnected. So that'll take a few minutes, but I don't think I have the right tools, and my knee probably doesn't want to crawl back into the quarter berth to do it right now. So anyway, that's that. I'm just going to go below, make a few log entries, and we will be officially at the beginning of the 2023 boating season here aboard my Allied Princess 36 Seaquestor. So there we go, the view from our slip. And the only issue is I'm a little less agile than usual because of the knee, but I did manage to come over here without too much trouble. And I've been off the boat twice now. Okay, there's the view for the 2023 season. Hope you enjoyed the launch video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and maybe even think about subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching.